When setting goals, typically what most companies do is give you a revenue number that you need to bring on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. It could be monthly recurring revenue, annual recurring revenue, whatever it may be. Some companies just give you maybe a phone and a computer, and off you go. They don't give you anything else, right? Luckily, that's not the case for most organizations. Some are a little bit smarter and they realize that in order to achieve that specific goal, there is a number of activities that you need to do on a daily and weekly basis, whether that's calls or emails sent or proposals sent, whatever that may be. And that's a smarter way of kind of gauging if you're going to achieve that objective. But some companies are even a little bit smarter and go a little bit a step forward because they realize that doing activities, running fast in a direction doesn't mean that you're going to get to your objective quicker, because you don't know if you're running in the right direction in the first place. So what these companies do is to also take a look at the effectiveness of those activities that you perform. And the effectiveness could be conversion, either prospects converting into opportunities or opportunities converting into deals, or it could be length of the sales cycle, size of the deal. It could be a number of things. And so by having these three different types of objectives, sales objectives, activity objectives, and effectiveness objectives, you can really predict how quickly you're going to get to those objectives and make sure that you are doing the right things for getting there, and making sure that you're also effective on doing those activities. And if you're not, take corrective action to improve the effectiveness. If you're a coach, that helps you identify how to improve the effectiveness and the performance of the salesperson, what piece of training, materials, or advice you need to provide to them. And if you're a salesperson, also makes you aware of the problem and helps you understand what are the things that you need to be coached on, what are the things that you need to practice on to be proactively to get there, right? So that's sales, and that's great. But as we mentioned before, sometimes it's tricky to get motivated to do these things, to do these activities that you need to do on a daily basis to get to that objective. And when you get the no's and rejection on a daily basis, this can become a problem. Motivation can be tricky. And so what you need to do is to really understand the personal objectives that you have or the salesperson has. And that could be a number of things. That could be money, that could be buying a nice house, that could be a nice car, nicer than this, or that could even be the perception that other people have on you. Yeah, how do people perceive you? And so what's really key is that you understand and align personal objectives to sales objectives, so that you're motivated to do the daily activities that will lead to the effectiveness that you require, that will lead to the goal that you require, which will eventually lead to you achieving your objectives. But there's another problem that we need to address, and that problem is time. So how much time do we effectively have as salespeople to do these things, and how we go about organizing our day to make sure that we do the right activities that will lead to achieving sales and personal objectives. And you really need to think about how long you need, how much time you need to be investing in those activities, right? And this could be, maybe you realize that you need to spend 5 hours a week prospecting, and maybe you need to have 3 discovery calls a week, and out of those 3, hopefully 2 will qualify in and become solutions calls. And you color code them, so maybe prospecting is blue, discovery red, and then solutions is green. And then what you need to do is take a look at your calendar, which might look like this, and block time to do those specific objectives and activities. So prospecting, we're saying it's 5 hours a week. So we might decide that we want to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We might decide that discoveries we want to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. And we might decide that solutions, we're going to do Thursdays and Tuesdays. And then you block your time and do nothing but those specific activities. And by doing that, you will effectively align personal, sales goals, and time to ensure that every day you do the activities that will lead to your sales objectives, that will lead to you achieving your personal goals.